I'm going to give you a hug.
Thank you.
Where do you want to come and sit down?
Sure.
I know who you are, but for everybody else, could you tell us who you are?
Sure. My name's Sunny Polito, and I'm the mom of 3 gorgeous boys. My oldest is 18, Christopher, and then I have twins, Luke and Campbell, that are 11. And it's Luke and Campbell that both have regressive autism.
So tell us how they were. Tell us your story.
So they were born perfectly healthy. They were carried to term. They were 6'4" and 6'10". It's a lot of baby. They were big and healthy and doing beautifully at birth. We had no NICU time. We had no just no complications. The whole first year, I would say, was really uneventful. I mean, besides we were raising these twins, but physically and from a health standpoint, completely uneventful. There was maybe a sniffle or a cough, but we never had even an antibiotic. We had nothing the first year. They met all their milestones. They developed beautifully. Every visit, it was, you know, perfect boys, beautiful boys. Everything's great. And we were just clicking away the milestones and cruising along. They did get chicken pox when they were about 10 months old, and they both got it, and we stayed quarantined, and they weathered it and bounced back, and we were fine. They didn't ever get sick until about 13 months, and we had our 12-month well baby visit. We went a little bit late, and within a couple of weeks of that visit, they just blew up in a GI sort of way.
Well, what happened to them at the visit?
Well, at the visit, they received all of the vaccines they were supposed to get that time, minus the varicella, because they had had chicken pox.
And do you know what those vaccines were?
I know the MMR was definitely one of them. I think maybe Hib, Prevnar. I can't remember for sure.
Right.
There were a bunch, but definitely the MMR was given then. And it wasn't obviously until much later that I would learn that there was, I didn't even know that the immune system was in your gut. Like, I was a very, very uninformed mama. I trusted the doctors. I was a rule follower. I didn't question anything. I questioned nothing. And so we just showed up and did what we were told. And shortly after that visit, they both started having just horrific GI issues. We were changing upwards of 12 to 15 diapers a day for each of them. And because it happened at the same time, and our pediatrician was telling us it was a stomach virus of some sort, we were like, okay, that makes sense, except it wouldn't go away. And every time we came back in, it was just more Pediasure, and we came in because they developed these horrible rashes because their diapers were so acidic, and they had these horrible rashes. And then Campbell, my son, who's more severely affected today, ended up with that same rash on his face, and it was like hot to the touch, and it was cakey and yeasty and bright red, and it was just, you know, more aquaphor. And so I just kept doing what they were telling me to do.
And how are they today? How do they live?
So today they're actually doing much better. By 18 months, because I didn't know that we were having a vaccine reaction, we continued vaccinating. And by our 18-month appointment, we were referred to social services for special services with the state. Not social services, but to the state for special services, and we were then a special needs family. So between 13 and 18 months, we went from perfectly healthy kids meeting all their milestones and doing beautifully to being severely developmentally delayed. We had no eye contact, we had no speech. We had lost fine and gross motor skills. We had severe central nervous system damage, just all this stuff. And then it would take another year or so before they would both be diagnosed with autism.
How old are they today?
Today they're 11.
And do they speak? Are they verbal?
They are both verbal. Luke is fully verbal. He's very communicative. He's got, at this point, very high functioning autism. Campbell has words. He has a lot of language. He mostly scripts, but he's definitely making progress and communicating more and more.
Well, we're all really sorry that happened to your beautiful boys.
Thank you.
And we'd love their names on the bus. Would you put
Thank you.
their
I
names
would be
on the bus?
delighted to put their names on the bus.
Okay.
Thank you guys for having the bus.
Well, thank you.
and
And
being
for
here.
telling your story as well, because I know it's hard.
Yeah.